Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Friday, July 22nd. You can see a nice sunrise out there this morning. We expect plenty of sunshine today. It's going to be very humid, and with highs in the low to mid 90s, we're going to have a dew point temperatures up around 70 or better, and that's going to give us heat indexes around 100 to as much as 105 degrees. So we have a heat advisory, and that is the headline for the day. And we also need some thunderstorms. We picked up a little bit yesterday, but certainly not as much as what we were hoping. And with that MCS complex that we were expecting to hit last night began to look very early on during the afternoon like that was not going to happen. And it took a right turn right south out of Wisconsin down into Illinois, missing the state of Michigan. If we look at our normals for the day, our normal high is 84. The normal low is 60. You can see we hit 96 degrees back in 1998, a very hot summer as well. If we look at the storm that we had yesterday come rumbling through the area, we'll see some of these clouds look pretty ominous just before they hit. And I thought we'd certainly get more out of it than what we did, but we got 1,500ths of an inch of rain, and we had a peak wind gust of 38 miles per hour. So it was a pretty nice shower. Certainly could have used more in the way of rainfall, and hopefully over the weekend we'll have a couple opportunities that maybe we can get some rain. If we look at the conditions around the area yesterday, you can see Newaygo picked up almost 0.3 of an inch of rain there, 1,500s here in Breckenridge, almost 1/10 of an inch at Blissfield, but many other locations only picking up a few hundredths of an inch. So again, we desperately need the rainfall across the area, especially over in southwest Ontario. You can see current conditions out there this morning, very warm. Temperatures in the mid 70s across many areas, again, heading up towards the low to mid 90s. If we look at the dew points and heat indexes, you can see our temperatures in white in the mid 70s, even some upper 70s. With 71 dew point in Lansing, they have a feels like temperature of 82 right now, 84 in Flint. So very, very warm, muggy start to the day, and it's going to get hot very quick. If we look at the MAC lightning detection network, you can see there's 38 strokes out there per minute, but nothing here in the Great Lakes. Those are all well to our south and to our west. And again, right now the board is clear. If we look at the radar now, you can see some of the showers and thunder showers that actually gave some of the locations over here in southwest Ontario and the LAC areas some rain since midnight. And then the main cluster of storms that we were hoping to move through Michigan yesterday dived right south out of Wisconsin down into Illinois, where they are this morning. If we look at the forecast map for later today, you can see that cold front's going to kind of wash out or stall out as a new low pressure system begins to move to the east. And by tomorrow morning, we expect a pretty good area of rain and severe thunderstorms off to our west. But as this system moves to the northwest and the warm front does return, we're going to see some thunder showers in here as we get into later Saturday into Sunday. But right now, we're not expecting a lot of precipitation. The models just are not very bullish, and we'll show you those forecasted totals here shortly. What the WPC is, I take a blend of the models and put some of the human elements into it. And over the next 7 days, they give much of the area a half inch to as much as an inch down in the far southern part of the state. But again, we'll see how that pans out. They haven't been very successful in forecasting much in the way of rainfall here for the Great Lakes. And if we look at the percentage of normal, if you take all the MAC locations over the last 83 days, or since May 1st, we're just barely 2/3 of an inch, or 2/3 of what we normally should get in the way of rainfall. And look at St. Thomas, just about a 38% of what they should get over an 83-day period. So very, very dry conditions over there. If we look at the difference between this year and the last few years, we had many of these low pressure systems head right out of the south towards the Great Lakes. Lots of overrunning precipitation as the high was anchored off to the southeast and bringing that Gulf moisture. Now with the high further inland, we have the low pressure systems mainly tracking to our northwest. Thus, we get warmer temperatures, but we have to be reliant mainly on cold frontal precipitation events, which can be very, very variable. And we've certainly seen that. Plenty of precipitation off to our northwest and to our south as systems move to the south, and the heavier rain concentrated closer to where the low pressure systems track off to our northwest. And as far as precipitation over the last 60 days, you can see very, very dry conditions across much of southeast lower Michigan, and in an area around the Flint and Henderson area, very, very dry there as well. And that extends over into southwest Ontario, where they're very dry as well. You can see a lot of precipitation off to our west and to our south. And as far as the next 5 days goes, looks like we got some of it off the board, but that's okay. Over the next couple of days, looks like today we're going to have highs in the possibly up to around 96, 93 to 96. And we got about a 30% chance of some morning thunderstorms south. I think most of those are out of the area now. And then as we get into Saturday, another hot day, maybe slightly less humid, but we may need a heat index again for tomorrow as we expect highs in the low 90s. Could see some thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday, and then we'll see mainly upper 80s with lots of sunshine as we get into early next week. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, a great weekend, and 73s to all.